This has been a difficult week for residents here in Over the Rhine. This is at least the third shooting this week and the second fatality. And all this tension started right here with the Yellow House on Grace Street. If you come here to Memorial Park, you'll find firefighter Daryl Gordon's name engraved here. After 30 hours of this hostage standstill, this is what's left of the Bellard apartment complex. But through all of this, the mom, she's really undergoing this inner transformation.
Yeah.
How do you portray something like that through a comic book?
That was really tough.
While Mamu has had 15 violations since 2010, many were much higher. And now let's talk current teachers.
Current active teachers.
And I'm left here wondering, how does something like a World War II memorial just disappear? Check this out, 700 gallons of pasta sauce. And what's so amazing is that each of these booths have a story behind it. We're gonna share one of those stories with you right now. Isis Ariete Denise is the owner of the Repa Place. It is not just cars here at the Cincinnati Auto Show. Check out this trailer in the RV section. You have 2 beds in here. Once we're in position, the clock starts ticking.
You're from Vegas?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How many times have you seen ice, right?
Glad I didn't tell you that beforehand.
Yeah.
So far, no one has agreed to talk to us, but we did see this sign that there's a wild hog for sale somewhere in this vicinity. You're the one selling the wild hogs? Cue Bobby Burley for the second time.
I've been catching hogs for 40 years.
How can someone we've never met impact us so deeply?
Everybody that has heard this story, you know, it touches them personally.
Is it because his story is so tragic?
Terrified students hid in classrooms.
Is it because his story is so heroic?
Selflessly holding the door open for others to escape when he was shot and killed.
Peter Wong was one of 17 students killed by a school shooter at Parkland High School. He was an ROTC cadet who dreamed of going to West Point.
Absolutely, he was a hero that day.
Halfway across the country, Alicia Fitzgerald heard Wong's story.
It was immediate. I mean, it was heartbreaking.
Today, she's a nurse at CAT, helping treat patients for opioid addiction. But Wong's story hit close. Both her father and brother served in the Army, and though she didn't graduate from West Point, she went there her freshman year.
Those values stay with you forever, what they teach there. And when I saw the way that Peter Wang died, I just thought, you know, he was the epitome of that.
So Fitzgerald wanted to do something. She sent an email to West Point. West Point made a call to the family, and it turns out other graduates and veterans groups had already reached out too.
Over 60,000 people had signed a petition to get him military honors.
Wong did get those honors, and he was made an honorary West Point cadet.
His coffin draped with an American flag, a high honor for this young man who always wanted to be a soldier.
When tragedy strikes, it may seem like we're divided.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
But all you need is a group of strangers to remind us of how we're united.
It is so nice to know that people from all over were wanting to do something, that his actions that day, everybody noticed.
Breanna Molloy, 9 on your side.
Porque tampoco sabía cómo hacer un pago de un bill, ni cómo hacer un pago de una renta. No sabía ni cómo ir a la tienda.
It's like learning how to walk and having no one around to teach you how.
So then the family, they lose their apartment, they don't have an income.
Pues para mí fue muy difícil el empezar de cero.
So mom was entirely reliant on dad, on her husband.
My mom didn't know how to, she didn't have a job, so she didn't know how to pay rent. So we had gotten evicted.
But through all of this, the mom, she's really undergoing this inner transformation.
Yeah.
How do you portray something like that through a comic book?
That was really tough. So the scene that I created was that The two of them are on the bus ride home, and the mother, Alana, is looking out the window, and she sees her reflection. You know, and I have her reflection kind of change to that of the father, because she was living in her husband's shadow the entire time.
Hoy lo veo así como un sueño triste.
And she also, you know, is looking out the window, and she, you know, sees that there's no future for herself back in Mexico.
Porque yo nací y me crié en un rancho, y ahí nací, ahí me crié y solamente estudié el 6º grado.
And so I represented that with her just looking out the window and not seeing any reflection at all. And, you know, it's in that period where she, you know, just gets this, you know, self-determination that, no, she's going to give not only herself a better life, but she's going to give her children a better life.
Ahora lo veo como un sueño, como una mujer que no tenía fuerza, pero tuvo que agarrar a sus hijos y tratar de volar.
And the rest of the chapter is her, you know, getting a job, actually getting 2 jobs. She sells Mexican food to construction sites. She starts selling beauty products.
No matter what has happened, she's always come out on top.
She learns how to pay her bills. She eventually gets an apartment. And, you know, she knows that she can provide her kids a future.
Aprendí que una mujer así puede superarse, no importa la educación que traiga, no importa de dónde venga, no importa su estatus ni su economía, no importa nada de eso, solamente los deseos de salir adelante.
Well, our story unfolds here at Western Brown High School, but it all began here at La Rosa's Pizzeria. It was a day like any other. The Dills sat down for pizza and Austin Weber waited on their table.
Drew and her family have been my regulars since I worked at Skyline.
Then the Dills mentioned that their 4-year-old daughter, who was born without part of her arm, was having trouble turning her bike.
We just having a casual conversation with him, ask him how he's been, and then it led to this.
Turns out, when Austin's not waiting tables, he's building prosthetics. At age 18, he's already created a thumb for his ROTC instructor, and now he's set his mind to helping Drew ride a bike.
He always comes up with some really good ideas.
He built prototype after prototype until it was finally ready. And Drew came ready too, bike tassels, unicorn helmet, and all. They strapped the device to her arm, and she was off. Well, almost.
Push start.
Lap 1, lap 2, lap 3. Hours go by.
Keeps going and going and going until she gets it, so.
And she keeps at it, trying to make a turn.
I can make it. Oh!
Again. And again. And again.
I got it.
Until finally.
Go on. Had a baby.
Nailed it.
Just to see the excitement on her face once she figured out that she can turn it and on her own, just, I mean, it means the world.
In the end, her smile says it all. And his. After all, this moment was only possible because of this one. And this young pizza waiter who reached out to help.
People talk about the future of our country, and I think it's probably in pretty good hands.
I did it. I'm doing it.
You're doing it. Keep pushing. Push the pedal.
And Austin says he's still making some tweaks to his design, but he plans to have the final version by the end of this week. In Mount Ora, Breanna Molloy, 9 on your side.